Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome to E52. I'm your teacher, and for today's lesson, we're going to be talking about gerunds and infinitives. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about running a marathon, which is a 26.2-mile race. I run marathons, and it takes a lot of preparation to be able to run that distance. First, you want to get in shape, so you need to exercise every day. Running is great exercise. You don't have to run inside the gym, you can always go outside and enjoy the fresh air. If you want to be a competitive runner, you can sign up for a marathon. Competing in a marathon is hard work, so you need to be in shape for it. You will also need to change your eating habits. I recommend eating a bowl of oatmeal and drinking a glass of water every morning. I like mixing chocolate protein powder into my oatmeal because it tastes great and is very healthy. After that, I go for a run, and then when I come back, I have yogurt, granola, and fruit. Preparing for a marathon takes a lot of energy, so you will actually need to eat a lot more than you do now. My favorite part of preparing for a marathon is the training. A marathon is 26.2 miles, so if you want to compete, you need to start working up to that amount. It's also very important to take care of your muscles. Stretching before and after running is a great way to care for your body. Finally, and most importantly, you have to stay focused and train every day. We use the gerunds and infinitives as the subject, complement, or object of sentences. We use the gerund and infinitive as the subject of sentences. For example, running really isn't my favorite thing. To get in shape takes a lot of work. In both of these sentences, the gerund running and the infinitive to get are subjects of the sentences. However, gerunds typically sound more natural as subjects and are used more frequently than infinitives. We can use gerunds and infinitives as complements of sentences. For example, my favorite part of preparing for a marathon is the training. My favorite part of preparing for a marathon is to train. In both of these sentences, the gerund training and the infinitive to train are subjects of the sentences. However, gerunds typically sound more natural as complements and are used more frequently than infinitives. We can use gerunds and infinitives as objects of sentences. For example, I like mixing chocolate protein powder into my oatmeal so it tastes great and is very healthy. You have to promise to stay focused and train every day. In both of these sentences, the gerund mixing and the infinitive to stay are objects of the sentences. In most situations, the gerunds and infinitives are not interchangeable and must be used with the correct main verb. The main verb in the sentence will generally determine whether you need to use a gerund or an infinitive. Some of these main verbs can be used with both, but the meaning is different. For example, I stopped eating ice cream. I stopped to eat ice cream. In the first example, the person quit an activity, whereas in the second, the person paused doing something to do something else. Another example, I remember giving you the keys. I remembered to give you the keys. In the first example, the person remembered doing something after he did it, but in the second, the person remembered that he had to do something before he did it. There are many variations, and so we will not list them all, but it is important to be aware of the difference in meanings. The main verb in a sentence will generally determine whether you need to use a gerund or an infinitive. In this section, I will give you a few important examples to help you understand which main verbs use a gerund and which use an infinitive. These verbs are used with gerunds. Keep. The small child keeps crying in the movie theater. Keeping your resume up to date is a good idea. Miss. I miss living in South Korea. He misses playing soccer on the weekends. Enjoy. I enjoy playing video games. We enjoy barbecuing on July 4th. Dislike. Bob dislikes eating healthy food. Mary dislikes walking long distances. Practice. I practiced learning all of the chords for the song. Practicing guitar takes up a lot of my time. These verbs are used with infinitives. Agree. He agreed to help me. To agree to do something means that you really will do it. Care. She doesn't care to help clean around the house. I don't care to assist people with their luggage. Fail. Paul failed to answer the phone in time. To fail a test on the second try means that you didn't study hard enough. Hope. Jeremy hopes to win the lottery. I hope to break my previous record. Plan. I plan to travel abroad after graduating. David plans to quit his job in 2 weeks. Now it's your turn. And remember, practicing English every day is the best way to become fluent.